Well, it's hard to see. Jason,
This is kind of an afternoon in the park.
Free Pete Santilli out loud. I don't know who he is.
Let me tell you about Pete Santilli.
All right, sure.
Here's what I think I know. This may or may not be true. But Pete Santilli, I think his radio station was in D.C., and he would interview people like we did.
Uh-huh.
And he had some of the alien folks, the people who thought there was sex colonies on Mars. And then
What
Saturn.
sort of idiots do we know who think that?
Yeah, right. But he also had a lot of people on who had something to say and kind of being, knocked down by the deep
Live
state.
from deep inside the bunker at FEMA Region 9 is your host, Pete Santilli, telling you the truth, whether you like it or not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy New Year. This is Wednesday, December 31st, 2014. This is a special live broadcast here at Guerrilla Media Network. We're celebrating the best of 2014, celebrating the departure from 2014. Lots of great things happened in 2014, and certainly lots of good things we can expect in 2015. Happy New Year. Now Lexi Cole is going to be serving 2 roles today. She's wearing 2 hats because we're a steak and potatoes operation here at GMN. She's going to be serving, of course, as in her role she has been for the past 3 years with GMN, but she's also fulfilling her obligations as the accountant for the accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham and Howe. You've been tabulating the votes. We talked about that earlier today. We're going to be introducing the winners in various categories. Have the votes been counted, Lexi?
Yes, they have.
And they've been tabulated, and we have winners in each of the categories we announced today, right?
Absolutely, to the best of my ability.
Fantastic. All right, now we're going to come right out of the gates, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be, we have just an hour left of 2014. 2 categories. Actually, we have a special announcement to make here. For the first time ever with GMN, Susanna Cole. First time ever, we have a winner in 2 categories. One category is Interview and Show of the Year, and 2014's Story of the Year. Now, before we introduce our guest and get the final tally, Susanna, we've got 2014 Story and Interview of the Year. Now, Susanna, give us who was in contention for Story of the Year.
Okay, Story and Interview of the Year would be James Trafficant.
Yeah, may he rest in
the
peace.
many interviews that he did on the show, and of course the coverage of the death of James Trafficant. The bikers, John Harrington, who flagged you down on their way to the border, and you did an impromptu interview with John Harrington right on the road, and followed them to the border in protest and support of Sergeant Andrew Tamarisi. Jay Red from Utah.
Very important story
Red's
this year.
Father committed suicide.
Dr. James Red.
Yes, over the actions that the Bureau of Land Management took against him and his family. And that it was a great interview that eventually the Los Angeles Times picked up. Also, the FFCHS live cast that we did for the targeted individuals
worldwide.
And we had I think it was 8 hours long. There were many doctors, psychiatrists, who came on the show, specialists in the field of targeted individuals. It was a fantastic, eye-opening experience. And then, of course, our coverage of Bundy Ranch and Mr. Cliven Bundy.
All right, now we're going to go to Lexi, and let's get the tabulation of the votes. If we could, we do have a 2-category winner. The most important stories of the year. Hands up, don't shoot. The Ferguson live coverage, that was an important story, especially with the Patriots going out there to take care of the local businesses and the residents to protect life and property. Stop the buses in Murrieta. The global accounts are alive and well. Neil Keenan, Lieutenant Vance, of course, out of Sandy Hook. But now, Lexi, if you could, let's make a special announcement here that the winner in 2 categories for both 2014 Story of the Year and the Interview of the Year, the winners are in both of those categories.
I'm very proud as an American to announce Cliven Bundy.
Mr.
Bundy Ranch.
Clive and Bundy, the Bundy Ranch, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we have Mr. Bundy joining us right now, live from the Bundy Ranch. Mr. Bundy, you've been actually selected. We had a committee of individuals for various reasons, very important reasons. You have been selected for GMN's Story of the Year, the interview of the year that you and I did on April 2014. Certainly changed my life, and I know that a lot of lives were changed, not just in the United States of America, but all throughout the world. Mr. Bundy, Happy New Year to you. Thank you very much for taking time out on this New Year's Eve to join us. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. That's a real honor and privilege to have such a, I don't know what you call it, an honor to my name and my family. And let me tell you, we fought for freedom and liberty. For God we stood was our model. And what happened is we stood for freedom and liberty, and for God we stand. And Pete, you stood with me. I can't believe, and I want to thank you right off the bat for that stand.
Well, thank you for your leadership. And I actually, believe it or not, there were there was an evolution for me. While I was on the ground, when I met your family, I learned so much about things that I need to do in my life, and understood the importance of keeping a close family unit, of course, sticking to our principles. And through your family's leadership, a whole heck of a lot of people had and this is why we believe your story was not, if not the most important story in the United States of America, but was looked upon throughout the entire world, and an example of what we the people can do when we stand up for our God-given rights and come together. Of course, we were, constitutionally and lawfully backing up those peaceful protesters with our Second Amendment. We have certainly the right to do that. And thankfully, everything was peaceful, but the cattle was free, and we call Bundy Ranch the freest area in the United States of America, sir, don't we?
It is, and it still is. It's amazing how much we're enjoying freedom. We're not involved with the federal bureaucracies or even local bureaucracies that cause us trouble. We seem to be just really enjoying freedom, and we're ranching. Our family's doing well, and I want to thank really the whole world.
Yes,
this gives me an opportunity to talk to probably several billion people across and around the world.
Yes, sir.
And what an opportunity. The only thing I can say is I'm so thankful, and I want to express my love for their support. And, I realized some new things, I guess, in life, how important and how special individuals are. And I want to say Happy New Year's and thank you to the whole world.
Yes, sir. And we thank you. Thank you for your leadership, your courage, your guidance, and what you taught us right from the very. I arrived on the ground on April 9th, and some very, very beautiful things happened all the way up to the 12th. And you've continued on in your quest to free up all of the land, not just in at Bundy Ranch, throughout the state of Nevada, and we've learned our own Constitution. And I thank you very much for your contributions. Thank you for your service to the United States of America. And guess what? 2015 is going to be just as exciting as it relates to us standing up for our freedoms. This story is not going to end. We've got a great opportunity here to get to our county commissions, our local politicians, and ask them to be constitutional. It's not going to end in 2014, is it?
No, Pete, and we can't let it end, and it's too important. Our Constitution needs to be taught to all people, and it really is the answer to most of our problems. And our stand, and it wasn't my stand. I don't want to take the credit here at all. I had a good wife, and I had children, and we the people. Just think how many hundreds and thousands of people stood with me, and how many more was praying and had faith, and how many more give gifts of, and of all kinds. And they come from, a lot of those people traveled for thousands of miles to come here and stand with us. And what a privilege it was to meet them.
Great.
And, as individuals.
A great story in history. Of course, we've been, sir, I'm going to let you get on to the events of the evening with, the time you're spending with your family. But we made a special point. We in independent media, I used to call us meat and potatoes, but after Bundy Ranch, I started calling us steak and potatoes because Ammon Bundy taught me the steak is really good. And, but we were critical of some of the mainstream media not importance of this story about we the people coming together in one of the greatest moments in our nation's history where people stood together, peacefully convened, asserted our rights. We believe it is the most important story of the year, and whether or not the mainstream media covers it doesn't mean that we're not going to cover it. We don't follow those trends. We're steak and potatoes people, and we thank you very, very much for your service to our country and the example your family set for everyone around the world, sir. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. And, I want to make a special appreciation for the militia. And they stood with we the people and backed us up.
Absolutely.
We don't want to forget them.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, constitutionally and lawfully, and the militia. And I'm always very, very proud of our citizens' militia because if it weren't for them, of course, things may not have ended without, they wanted to take people to jail and they pointed guns of war at us. And we absolutely thank God for those very disciplined, very honorable men and women of the Citizens Militia. Absolutely, sir. Thank you very, very much. Okay.
Well, thank you, Pete. And, there's just a list of people we need to thank. We did have the radio and TV and news magazines and social media. Can you imagine what we wouldn't accomplish what we accomplished without social media? They responded and even this evening, we sent messages to social media with hundreds of, thousands of people responding. Unbelievable what we can do and the individual can do for freedom. And we need to make sure that each of us do a little better job, be a little better people next year, and let's enjoy freedom and liberty.
One of the guys he covered was LaVoy Finicum, who was this rancher out in Oregon with BLM saying, hey.
Hello everyone, this is LaVoy Finicum. I think I'm pretty upset this evening. I've been going since 5 this morning. I'm headed out, taking a load of cows out to my winter range. I'll be back sometime tonight in the dark. But I've been following what's happening over in Bend, Oregon with that ranching family over there, the Hammond family. And I'm pretty upset with what the BLM has done to them. Actually, I'm really angry. They had a prescribed burn that was allowed, got off onto 100 acres, burned 100 acres of BLM. Just rangeland, 100 acres. They'll come back just as green next year as ever. They threw him in jail. They fined him tremendous amount of fines. And now it looks like they're facing 5 more years in prison. These are real lives. These are real people. And by dang, I'm angry about it. America, how long are we going to put up with this type of stuff? It's time to stop. Here in this area, BLM's good to the ranchers here. They don't have a problem here out on the strip. Some good, decent people there. But the question isn't, are they doing good? The question is, should they have the power to do good? If they've got the power to do good, they got the power to do bad. If they got the power to help, they have the power to destroy. They shouldn't have the power, period. Because look what they're doing over to that family, the Hammond family. It's outrageous. And I'm pretty dang angry about it. I'd like to use a lot stronger language, but my daughters and my wife will probably watch this, and my mom, and so I'll refrain. But dadgummit, it's got to stop. It's got to stop. BLM, here I am. You want to pick on somebody? Come pick on me. My cows are out here. You tell me you got to get them off. I'm not taking them off. You want to play those antiques with other people, harass them, destroy their lives? Well, here I am. You come pick on me. Come on, pick on me. And I'm not going anywhere. by darn, it's time somebody stands up and tells you to go fly a kite. Well, I'm kind of upset, as you can tell. Got a lot to do before I go home and get some dinner tonight, so we'll catch you later. Bye.
LaVoy Finicum, who is this rancher out in Oregon with BLM, saying, hey, what they're doing is BLM is jacking all these taxes up where it was BLM, excuse me. BLM, Bureau of Land Management, has an enforcement arm with all these AK-47s now.
I thought Black Lives Matters was somehow getting into this guy's ranch.
Yeah, no.
Bureau
Different
of Land
one.
Management.
Different one. Anyway, he said, hey, Hillary's taken over these things. There was a presentation made in May of 2012 where BLM said, hey, there's uranium in them dar hills. Why don't we sell this stuff to the Chinese?
What? Why?
Because we could pay off the national debt or pay interest on the debt.
The Chinese then make uranium, depleted uranium weapons, or something?
Oh, we'll buy them back. We'll make all.
They probably also mine it in non-environmentally friendly ways.
Sure.
They're apt to do.
Sure. But Finicum was out there in front, and then Pete Santilli came out to Oregon.
Hey everybody, Pete Santilli here. I just want to inform everybody I have breaking news. I'm even afraid to go into my hotel room at this point in time because I need to check to make sure that all is okay. Here's the deal. This is important, it's urgent, and I need you to share it with as many people as possible, okay? This is a very serious thing that's going on right now. I just got off the line with my attorney, John Whitehead's office. John Whitehead's office has advised me to go public with this. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Mr. Whitehead always recommends going public with information like this. I have confirmation, no doubt about it, 100% confirmation, that the Federal Bureau of Investigations, okay, has just tailed me. Okay, I went to Verizon to pick up my hotspot so that I could continue streaming. The importance of continuing to stream, as you all know, out there at the ranch, is because of the safety and security of the people on the inside. Now, I had planned to negotiate the terms of me being an embed, to go inside and set a stream up. Okay, so I had to get set up with that with my Verizon hotspot. Verizon LTE is the only thing that works. So after I set everything up, I walked out the door, and then I walked back in. And the person that sold me the Verizon hotspot told me that an FBI agent has called. Hold on, give me a second so I can stabilize here. I'm just jumping out of my vehicle. I haven't even gone in my room yet. Okay. The person that sold it to me told me that an FBI agent called her. This is within seconds of me walking out the door. And the FBI agent indicated, I'm an FBI agent so-and-so, and I need to know if Pete Santilli purchased a new cell phone number, okay? And there's obvious implications here. I'm at, right now, the Silver Spur. I've been out in the open. I've been telling everyone where I'm at. It also doesn't make me vulnerable, but I've been very, very transparent. I'm not hiding the fact of where I'm located, okay? What I have a concern about is that they are going to, there's no doubt about it, they're going to try to shut down the independent media, all right? They want to cut off the independent media and send in the mainstream media so that they can control the information flow. I've been saying it all along. The FBI has every intention, as they have in the past. They have a history of killing people, and they are going to set the stage by pretending to be nice, good cop negotiators and set the stage so that they can warm everyone up with mainstream media propaganda and get the public conditioned and ripe to accept the murdering of those men, women, and children that are at that compound. There are men, women, and children at that compound. Hey, Michael, I need to speak with you ASAP, okay? So I'm broadcasting live right now, and it's going to be very difficult for me to stop this stream at this point. Michael, watch yourself. I got a situation here, Michael. Okay? I got a situation.
What's that?
Now, have you ever noticed me, I want you to say it right now, on the live stream. Have you seen me at any point in time violate the law?
Never.
Have you heard me in any way, shape, or form attempt to violate the law or conspire to violate the law?
Oh, God, no.
Okay. Are you totally convinced that it was of my own free will that I decided not to go into that compound because I did not want to?
Well, yes, we were all very upset because of we had such a great event, and then this happened. But now that it's happened, we're trying to report on it,
right,
and let people know what's going on.
This is what's going on. Let me tell you what's happening.
Yeah, what?
Okay. Verizon, I went down to get my hotspot. I got all set up.
Yeah.
I walked out the door,
Yeah.
and I turned around. I went to go back in, had a great relationship with the person that was there.
Okay.
And the FBI called her and said, "I'm FBI agent so-and-so. Did you just sell Pete Santilli a new cell phone?"
Yeah, they're trying to block us out on media. Look,
They're trying to shut us down in the independent media.
I took pictures on my phone, and they're all black from down there.
Are they?
Yes, I also had my news agency taken down.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me see something because I need to make sure that we're streaming out on this, okay?
Okay.
Is it all black?
Yeah, look, man.
Okay.
We took all kinds of pictures.
Yeah.
They're all black, man.
Hey, go on our YouTube stream right now, please. Now's not the time to lay down. Seriously, I need you up and at it, please. Thank you.
They're all black.
Can you please check our? Hey. No, of course not. Can you check the stream? No, I'm talking to Cooper. Did you see me point at Cooper? Not you. Come on, Cooper. It's not time to lay down. Let's go.
Look at this. Here's all the pictures we took. Video.
Okay.
All of it.
Okay.
We got a little bit.
Check to make sure because they're blacking out independent media right now.
We got a little bit here.
They're gonna try to shut down independent media, which puts lives of those men, women, and children. Do you understand, ladies and gentlemen? There are men, women, and children inside that compound. Okay. My objective was going to be to stream and become an embed. I was going to negotiate my in and the terms of that with whoever needed to negotiate those terms so that I could keep a stream going. That's why I went to get the hotspot. But the FBI is not just on me, but on independent media. They will attempt to shut us down, and it looks like they're doing that. You said that they blacked you out?
What happened was, I don't know how they did it, but all the pictures I took on my camera are all black.
Is it streaming too? Okay. Listen, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut this down. Tell me if it records up, okay? Is that okay? Okay. Also, this is what I need you guys to do, all right? I need to make a swift, decisive move here. If anybody can download this and get it off the internet right now, I'm gonna stop this recording and get back on. And so I can verify that they're not stripping recordings. They've been blacking out and graying out our previous videos. We know those tricks, and we're going to try to work around it. You guys, stay tuned. The next live broadcast here is going to come from me. Grab this notification, ASAP, strip it from the internet, and put it out there that the FBI is attempting to, well, first of all, shut down my First Amendment freedoms, but most importantly, to shut down the independent media that will broadcast the truth about what these FBI agents are attempting to do.
They did the Oregon standoff, which was dumb. I'm sorry. I know that people.
My dear friends, the suffering here is great. We're being held in solitary confinement with little contact to other human beings, fed through a hole in the door. Animals in a zoo have more rights than us. I'm grateful for my attorney insisting that we have the right to get our message out. His arguments are based upon the First and Sixth Amendment. My friends, please understand that our peaceful actions at the refuge were necessary, constitutional, and justified before God. The abuses to the Hammonds and the many others in Harney County could not go unchecked. We as a people must not be okay when our neighbor is being abused, even if our neighbor is beat down to the point that they will not ask or accept help. We also must not comply or be complicit when the Constitution of the United States is being violated. It is my honor, it is my pleasure to suffer with those that stood together at the Harney County Resource Center. We together and with many of you said enough is enough. We will not stand by and let good families suffer because we are afraid. We will not let the supreme law of the land be trampled upon. We will not let government officials take our liberties away from our children. For this, we are being punished. Powerful people are punishing their political enemies and striving to break us as they take our honor away. They desire that we accept despotism at their hands. If not for the love of the Lord, love of our families, and the love of each of you, they may accomplish their oppressive objectives. We know the Lord has a plan. I ask you, my friends, to get involved in that plan. Ask the Lord what you should do. He will guide you to act. Do not be afraid. The time to act is now. The time to change the direction of the states is now. We must choose freedom, not government control through force. Freedom, not force. I ask that you read the Declaration of Independence. Read with your family. I also ask that you read the 10 Amendments, the Bill of Rights. Understand them and end all complacency and compromise towards them. My heart finds great peace from the words of my brother Ryan, who is also detained here. Stay strong, stay true. The Lord is on his way, but ask that we be patient for a little while. As we remain in pain for the loss of our individual freedoms, we implore the American people to swing the bells of freedom, that our children and our children's children may hear them ring clear in their minds. We are on the Lord's side. We stand with him. Where Christ is, there is liberty. Thank you, Ammon Bundy.
Then the Oath Keepers went in there, and half of them were FBI agents, you know, and it was like, they made him sound stupid. I mean, every time Finicum would go to bed, they would get up there and sing a song about how they missed the Constitution and all this stuff, and it just made him sound ridiculous. But I'm sure there are good Oath Keepers as well, but it was so infested. I think there was 3 FBI guys to for every real Oath Keeper, and the Oath Keepers are going around like, I don't know who to trust. Well, anyway, everybody knows how it ended. Malheur Ranch, which is a bird sanctuary. They took over a bird sanctuary that is, you know, like a place you go into in the summertime when you're trying to just look at the little placards. They didn't even use it in the wintertime. So it wasn't like a takeover of a, you know, a federal building like this. It was a thing they didn't even use in the winter. The only thing they had in there is old Sanka.
Sanka, the decaffeinated coffee?
They had one coffee machine and they had some Sanka, you know, from...
Nobody's been there since 1978? Do they even make Sanka anymore?
Remember Sanka came from the old nuclear war stores that you'd build a little basement or tunnel in the backyard, bomb shelters.
Well, because it was freeze-dried.
If it was freeze-dried, it would last for 100 years.
Wow.
So there was some Sanka in there. I think there was some of that Lipton instant soup. But I mean, literally, the sum total of the takeover was about, I don't know, like $12. So there's people who want me to tell the Finicum story, so I'm going to tell the story. So anyway, they went ahead and did this deal, and then there was I went down there to cover the story just for a little bit. I mean, I didn't skate by if you want to beat the deep state. So I was down in near where my sister lives in Southern Oregon, and I didn't really go over there, but I went over close by and I interviewed a lot of the people that were kind of supporting them and so forth. And they were trying to do a deal with the Indian tribe down there to give away all the water rights. They were going to sell all the water rights, and then and they were going to sell all this timber to China as well. So I know that
the Indian tribe was going to sell the water rights.
Yeah, what they were going to do.
Sound like the kind of thing an Indian tribe would do.
No, they were going to get the water rights, and there was like 12, or not a lot of people left in this tribe. There was like 6 or 7 tribes. They were going to exchange that for timber rights, and then they were going to sell off the timber to China. See, so
whose plan was this?
Well, it was the Bureau of Indian Affairs. See, if I have a bunch of ranchers that have already been given water rights,
right,
I can come in there and say, oh, the Indians' water rights are primary water rights before yours, Mr. Rancher, and that bumps everybody up the line. And since the water is over allocated, I can basically bump half of the farmers off their land.
So it's sort of like selling too many seats on an airplane, and you get there and you have a ticket.
Overbooking.
Like, sorry, you're not flying.
Yeah, and only this one is for every person
holding the bag.
Well, the Indians are making a little bit of money on the deal because they're the ones selling off the timber. The ones really making out on the deal. This would be like if the United Airlines people that you love so much, if they kicked people off and they got paid your ticket for every person they bump off the list.
You think they'd be bumping?
They'd be bumping a lot of people. They say this plane only holds 2 people. and so anyway, not to make fun of the LaVoy Finicum situation because it's very tragic. He was one of the few people there. I think there might have been 5 people that actually were there protesting this thing. And then all the rest, I mean, literally, it was like 30 or 40 federal agents to 5 people. Well, guess who? Lloyd, he was trying to leave and he tried to go around a roadblock to get home. And he got out of his car. He was armed, but he had his hands over his head. This FBI guy came out of the bushes from behind him and shot him in the back and killed him.
It's crazy.
So that was kind of sad. And I met his widow at Red Pill. And just to be this close to somebody and hearing them tell the story is always something you remember, for the rest of your life. But the 5 people that were the real people that were there really protesting.
He wasn't armed.
Oh, was not armed. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Hannity is talking about the Awans, apparently.
Oh, wow, that's good. That's good.
Call Hannity now.
I will.
Well, wait, let's get your phone out and call him.
Yeah, I'll call.
There's the number.
I tried
Ready?
to call earlier.
I was actually there when Pete Santilli, one of the guys that was arrested, I was there with him. He was basically trying to talk with the FBI and the sheriff's department to come to a peaceful resolution. He went and approached the FBI compound last night, and I was also in the car with him when he went and approached the sheriffs because the FBI directed him over there. And he was putting forth the idea of getting some people to come down to the refuge and ask people to come out peacefully, when all of a sudden the sheriffs just grabbed Santilli and arrested him.
Yes, sir.
At minimum, even if those that choose to stay back there of their own free will, I can't force them to go. Absolutely. Those that choose to stay back there, we need to get the women and the children out of there. Okay. Period. I know that will happen. That's guaranteed. Guaranteed. They will come out. Okay. No women and children are going to be. There are women and children there. Do you know this?
Yeah. How many?
Quite a few.
Yes.
Okay. Please allow us to go up there and get them. They will be back with us. Guaranteed. That is a guarantee. Those that choose to stay back there, let it be. I know that I can convince, I can persuade that we need to disband this right now. Okay?
I'll say this, I absolutely appreciate the offer. Let us work.
Yes, absolutely. I'll be standing by right here. You let me know what I need to do.
Okay, yeah,
okay?
That'll work.
Thank you.
How long do you think? Give us a few minutes.
Thank you.
So they're going to discuss it and
There are people that I know and love. Okay, there are patriots there. Okay, there are men, beautiful souls, young men. There are women and there are children. Anybody you're worried about? Anybody I'm worried about?
No, I mean, wouldn't listen.
The wall.
No, I know you're worried about all of them. What do you think is happening?
I mean, I have to look them in the eyes and say it's time to go. Those who choose to stay, if they're only free will, it's up to them. I need to be able to talk to them. The FBI going up there, that's not a good status for even them. We don't want them to get harmed. We don't want you guys to get harmed. I need to be able to go up there and talk to them and say, this is over. This is stupid. It's done. It's time to go. Okay? Gunshots being fired, that's stupid. Nobody wants that. Get you the fire there, sir. Yeah. Can you guys confirm what happened?
We're not going to confirm anything.
You don't. Okay. I mean, to me personally.
No, we're not going to confirm anything. Okay. You can't do it.
Okay.
You got to understand. That's not something we can deal with tonight.
I understand. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm making a genuine offer here to go get women and children, get them out of there.
Just to tell you,
Are you arresting Pete Santilli right now, sir?
Back up.
Of course I will. I'm just going to document, okay? I'll stand back here at a safe distance and document them arresting Pete, okay?
Hey, stay in the car. Stay in the car.
If you need me to back up, I'll back up, officer, okay?
Hey, why am I under arrest?
Hey, you can back up.
Okay, sure. Just tell me where.
Back up to the car.
Okay.
Back up to the car.
Sir,
back up.
put the camera away right now. Right now, please.
I'm documenting, sir.
Hey, you can document from the car.
Okay, sure. I'll go into the car, sir.
All right, thank you.
I'm not going to put the camera away.
Any firearms?
No, sir. There's no firearms in the car, sir. Please don't aim the rifle at people.
No one's aiming a rifle at you.
No firearms. This is a non-perimeter. This is a perimeter now. The ball! Move the vehicle.
Do not come.
Can I walk away from here so I can film safely, sir?
Stay right here till they're done.
Okay. I'm following your orders.
Yes, sir. You can film.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. I'm just trying to document Santilli's arrest.
You can
Okay.
document all you want. Just stay right there.
Okay. I will not move.
Sir, they're going to back the car. If you want to ride, you better get in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for complying.
Yes. I appreciate you respecting my right to document, officer.
Yes, sir.
Please move back.
How far do you want me to go back? Go all the way back.
Well, hello people, back from Pahrump, Gitmo, Nevada, here in Las Vegas, which probably isn't much better because the sheriff here is just as pitiful as that sheriff over there, regardless of the fact she wears a 6-gun on her hip, etc., rides around in a, little 4-wheeler. Anyhow, hope everybody listens to Deb Jordan, Guerrilla Media Network, and the latest by Pete Santilli from Sunday, from yesterday. Pete Santilli gets it. He understands what's going on. He has just coined a new name for Judge Navarro. Judge Gloria Gorbachev Navarro. Coming to you from the federal courthouse in Soviet Socialist Las Vegas, Nevada. Pete Santilli gets it, okay? He knows what's going on. This woman is nothing less than a Manchurian candidate, okay? She is a communist. All of her actions prove that she is a communist, okay? The United States Constitution in her courtroom is treated like holy water to a demon, okay? Like holy water to a demon. I swear to heck, if you went and tapped her in the head with it, you'd see, you would see the demon come out. No. Pete Santilli gets it. I thank him for his courage to come out while he is in Gitmo, Nevada, Pahrump, Nevada, to actually tell the depth of this conspiracy, to tell the depth of the truth. People, if y'all don't wake up out there, this is a precedent-setting case. All of you hunters, where the hell are you? You're going to lose all your Second Amendment rights. Everybody else is going to lose their First Amendment rights, but nobody, I shouldn't say nobody cares. You always have your loyal Americans that will always care, and they will do what they can. Anything from donations to actually attending these trials, they will always do what they can. Then you have the rest that just, playing video games, watching the NFL, the NBA, whatever, because that's more important to them. Hey, pass me another bud. Wow. Well, guess what? That bud's not going to make you wiser. Bud wiser? No. this is so bad, I can't really put it to words. Maybe this will help. There was a time where if a judge did something even remotely close to that, they would face a tribunal, and the next day they would be hung from the nearest intersection, or they would be shot at dawn. It don't matter if she's a woman. You know, I don't feel sorry for her. Not when she's destroying my country. Not when she's destroying your country. And where are the sheriffs? Where are, oh, that's right, the sheriff did come in. Sheriff Worley. Oh yeah, the one with the little 6-gun on her hand that said, oh no, she didn't see any crime committed. You know, Sheriff Worley doesn't get it. Pete Santilli gets it. You know, the man that's being incarcerated with none of his rights in your county, he gets it. Okay? You, Sheriff Worley, don't get it. You get nothing. I told you that was your jurisdiction. You acknowledge that. But you assume, wrongly so, that it's okay for the BLM to come into Clark County, Nevada and wage war upon these people. You assume that somewhere in the Constitution of the United States, Article 1, Section 8, the Enclave Clause, that it provides for the Bureau of Land Management. You assume that. Because if you knew better, if you actually understood that there's nothing in the Constitution that gives the Bureau of Land Management authority, you would get those men out. If you understood your First and Second Amendment rights and actually looked at this case, because I'm sure you have looked at the case, you assume they don't have any First and Second Amendment rights because Judge Gloria Navarro threw them out with the rest of the Constitution. Okay? So what are you doing? Nothing. You know what? You could at least start talking about it and get people looking at what's going on. But the fact of the matter is you are beholden to the CCA. You know how I know? There's been 7 false reports filed on the protesters. Have you arrested anybody? No. Have you done even a cursory investigation? No. No. You've done nothing. You're an embarrassment. Just like Lombardo. Just like Sheriff Matt. You're all just, you're worthless. You're pitiful. You're absolutely worthless. You allow the federal government under the color of law to incarcerate your constituents, your citizens, and these are not even just ordinary citizens. These men are a credit to society. These men are family men. These men are God-fearing men, constitutional men. But that's okay. You have no problem allowing this corrupt, completely corrupt federal government to incarcerate them in your county, and you do nothing. You don't deserve to wear the title of sheriff. You don't even deserve to wear the title of a dog catcher. And I don't want to hear any defense. See, Pete Santilli gets it. He knows what's going on. And all those that would offer excuses for these sheriffs, you don't know what's going on, do you? Do you actually understand the Constitution yourselves? Obviously the sheriffs don't. They need to reconsider their oath, go back and reread it, take it serious for once in their life. You know, this is a time for all good men to stand up, and good women too. And if you do have the title of sheriff, you need to go back, reread the Constitution, and reconsider your oath, repent, and do something. Do something about it. Because we have a Manchurian candidate in Judge Gloria Gorbachev Navarro. Yeah, this woman is, no doubt about it, a complete communist that has infiltrated the highest part of our judiciary. And I haven't heard nothing from Jeff Sessions or Trump about it, so we can't depend upon them. But we got to get the message out. because our entire Bill of Rights hinges upon it. And then Steve Myrie. Steve Myrie is a Mormon. Yeah. Okay? Member of my belief system. You hypocrite. You blasphemer. You have committed the unpardonable sin. You took an oath to God. You took an oath to the Constitution of the United States. That is blasphemy. You have committed the unpardonable sin where there's no forgiveness in this world nor the world to come. That's disgusting. It is so disgusting. And you know who's going to suffer the most? Your children and your grandchildren. Oh, you really love your children and your grandchildren? Everybody that's out there? Then get off your behind. Do something. Anything. Do something. You know? And do it over and over and over and over and over again. Don't just make one phone call and think you've actually done something. Call repeatedly. Your congressman, your senators, the White House.